I realized one thing last video is that it's nice to be able to look at the code that I'm writing as I'm going through it on the video, but of course it would be a lot nicer if I could actually provide the code in GitHub. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. Not really too much coding here. It's going to be a very short video and you'll see why in one sec. You may recognize this project. It's the one from my first devlog, the reference.bayanbennett.com video. In this video, what we want to do is throw it up on GitHub. So first step is I'm using WebStorm. I'm not going to make a tutorial about using GitHub unless you guys ask for it. So I'm going to just show you how I do it and you guys can judge how you like it from that. So I can just press this button, share project on GitHub. I press share. It's creating a GitHub repository, publishing to GitHub master. And here we are. This is my repository page on my GitHub profile. I've already taken the liberty of filtering only public repositories. And here we go. We have something updated 42 seconds ago, which is reference.bayanbennett.com. And that's it. That's how easy it is to just get started putting your code on GitHub. And I'll put, of course, the link to this in all of the future devlogs so that you guys can enjoy it and watch it as it progresses. I suspect that you guys know a little bit about version control systems or semantic versioning, but it's always good for those who don't know about it to go over it. So here we go. As with most projects that I've been a part of, they have been stored in a version control system called Git. Version control systems are just basically snapshots of your project at certain points in time. Git is an example of one of these version control systems, I think by far the most popular. Aside from Git commits, you also have versions, which is another way of expressing to people what state your code is in comparison to the previous state. So obviously, we don't want to have a version for every single commit because sometimes those commits are so small, they are not deserving of another version. So here we have a type of versioning called semantic versioning. And of course, NPM, if you use NPM, which I suspect you do, you are very familiar with semantic versioning. But just to go over it again, we have your first release, which is, for example, 1.0.0, and then you have a fix, which goes to 1.0.1, and then you have the minor releases, which is the middle digit, and then for breaking changes, you increment the major digit. One of the systems that makes it really easy to implement semantic versioning is something called conventional commits. I was introduced to this a couple years ago, and I haven't used anything else since. It's just so easy to implement, and it makes your life a lot easier when trying to manage versioning. Basically, instead of manually incrementing the version number, you have an automatic way of incrementing that version number for every time you commit or push code to the master branch. Basically, what conventional commits do is to structure your commit messages in a certain way so that a build system or some automated system can automatically increment your version number. So for example, we have feat for feature, allow provided config object to extend other configs, and then you have a footer that says breaking change, and that says what the breaking change is. Or for example, we have docs, correct spelling of changelog. These have different meanings and they will trigger different modifications to the version. Some of these keywords could include build, chore, CI, docs. All of these things would do different things. Some of them actually won't increment a version. For example, if you're refactoring something in some build systems, this won't trigger a change because it's not necessarily a feature and it's not a fix. You're just changing code. Of course, all of this is completely configurable by the user. So when you're implementing this build system or this trigger, you can make it so that whatever keywords are there, you can add new keywords, you can remove keywords, you can make them do different things. It's all completely configurable. I think this project is a little early for semantic versioning, but it's a preview for things to come. I hope you've enjoyed the video and stick around for more. Of course, if you have any comments, suggestions, or questions, leave them in the comments section below so that I can see them and answer them and make fun of you. No, sorry, not make fun of you. I would never make fun of you.